Okay, I walk up out the door. Fuck everybody, cause if you ain't U.P.K, I ain't worried about you. I got a lot on my mind and only class can save me. So you know me, I'm first class, feeling educated. Okay, I go by my mission. Then the shouted in the world's walk to me with intention. She said she know about the school. I like my music, she listen. She said she trying to come in, but her sis keep her distant. I told her shout at the water. Shalom, I see her. Trying to see if she on game, if that tongue looking decent. She said Shalom, yeah, how was Shema? Allah ta, Bahashim, yeah, how was Shah? This shit got real. She's caught between the fire. It's really in her mind. It's easy to be evil. Secrets inside of me. Don't let her see me wasted. Don't let her see me down. Don't let her see me fake it. Truly, I wanna do right. I bought this you for real. I should've known you was trying. That's a lock it off the real. I was caught in my mind, and if you know it, then come in. You gotta add it and all. Don't be afraid to change your ways. Be afraid of your dying. I mean, you see how to attend. What sense keep it by? She said drinking, smoking. That's something she do all the time. Homegirls ain't really shit, but they the nearest ones by. One got too many niggas, and the other bitch by. I said, damn. Try separating. Get educated. She said I said try harder with an exclamation. You gotta fight temptation and have some patience. She said it's boring. I like clubbing and getting hella wasted. That's them demons that start up all of them legions in you. Once you throw that gay bitch gon' try to eat your pudding. Once you throw that whole bitch gon' try to bring some niggas, and you'll fall every time. Or am I assuming? I say I'm with you, shouting. Or you with yourself? I can help you, baby, but can you help yourself? You say you know a little something, but do you believe or what? You know what sins all around, put that wisdom first. She said the water, I ought to be following you the realest. With my Bible and head wrap, modest the pig. I say no sweat, take my number down, and don't call me, I see you around. She's caught between the fire. It's really in her mind. It's easy to be evil. Secrets inside of me. Don't let her see me wasted. Don't let her see me down. Don't let her see me fake it. Truly, I wanna do right. Shalom, Israel with the I.S.U.P.K. Started off in 1 West 125th Street. We teach Black and Hispanic and Native Indians the Bible, that they are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. So knock. I shall go get the dough. I look up, see sis dressed head to toe. Yeah, I smile, and the rest was a rap. You gotta get inside the school to know what happened after that. Shalom.
From Westworld. Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make more. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. Many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Stood against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing time, wasting steady pace, and you off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping he can save you. but the power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason. Got a flash on the grip, nigga, big priest. They gon' judge me by my increase, and I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page. Came on boats and then chains. So when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have a deep squad. Been rapping since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the globo. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in their face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half not. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drought. So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
They talk about man. It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run when you're born, that's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. Once you get the dawn right, you get another legacy.
It's gotta do the shit. When I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her. I
Put my shades on. Hey, Shalom, Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak Yahweh Shema Thumb Bashim Yahweh Shah, Priest Officer Partizan Karab at I.S.U.P.K, holding down the Brotherhood class. Just give me a minute, be right with you, to set up this TikTok real quick. Officer Blah, you know what scripture I want. You know, we're gonna start off with that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
You go hold that. Just hold on for 1 sec, sir. Salakia. I gotta make sure get this TikTok right.
Right.
You know, we gotta start, you know, being on TikTok. A lot of our brothers and sisters is on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah, man. We are not Christians, man. That's the title. On TikTok, we is not Christians. Okay. Gotta mirror this. Arnash, you could, Officer Abad. You can read the scripture if you could, sir.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Listen, thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, man. Can you read that again, sir?
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Listen, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, we are holy people unto the Lord thy God, man. We're supposed to be a separate people unto the Lord thy God, man. And being separate don't mean you're supposed to be joining with your oppressor, with anybody in this world. You're supposed to be joining to your brothers and sisters. Now, if you could, Officer, can you give me 2 scriptures I want? No hand, no joining hand, and Zephaniah 2:1. Get Zephaniah 2:1 first. And then we're supposed to separate, man. We're supposed to be joining our brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? Not be joining hand with your enemy. You understand what I'm saying? In this world, if they're not Black, Hispanic, and Native American enemy, Native American Indian, they are your enemy. You know what I mean? They are not for you.
Right.
They don't care about you. They don't love you. You know, just like how our people is, you know, on a Palestine and Israel, you know, trend right now. They want to support Palestine and Israel, but none of those nations love you. None of those nations care about you. And if I may, Officer, but they are separate.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they separate themselves from you, man. They don't. If they don't separate themselves from you, why are they not in your neighborhoods?
Right.
You don't see. I don't see no Palestinian in my neighborhood.
Right.
I don't see no so-called Jew in my neighborhood.
Right.
They stay away from us. That's how we're supposed to be. Stay away from them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you read the scripture for me, sir?
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Listen, we got to gather together, O nation not desired, man. We cannot keep on trying to join hands with people that don't love and care about you, man. And it's very true that we don't see Palestinians in our neighborhoods. We might see them, you know, sometimes like, you know, going somewhere like downtown, center city, or in a neighborhood that's not predominantly Black folk.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then if I could, I see more Moabites or Chinese or Asians or Koreans in our neighborhoods more than I see a Palestinian.
Right.
Or a so-called Jew. You know where I see a so-called Jew at? Downtown.
Right.
I don't see them on 23rd and Lehigh. I don't see them on 29th in Indiana. I don't see them there. Now they gentrifying that neighborhood. Now maybe when they get gentrified and they start moving the rich in there and the people that can afford those homes, maybe you'll see them there. Now, if I could, in Philadelphia, we got a county called Willow Grove or Abington or Horsham. They are there. Yes, you might see some Black folks there, but majority of people that live there are the so-called Jew. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally, when I go food shopping and I go to like Whole Foods and stuff like that, I always pass this banner that's like on the side of the road and it say we stand with Israel. You don't see that we stand with Israel in a Black neighborhood because it's predominantly Black. You understand what I'm saying? It's predominantly Black, so-called Jew in that neighborhood. They have power, so they put it right there. You understand what I'm saying? They run that neighborhood. You don't see that in our neighborhood. We see other stuff like murals and murals of Martin Luther King, something like that. You don't see we stand with Israel. Like when you ride down that neighborhood, you know that is a so-called Jew neighborhood. Like when I go food shopping at Whole Foods, I see the so-called Jew in there. I see more Jewish people in there than I see the regular oppressors. You understand what I'm saying? So it is true that they're not in our neighborhoods, and we are chanting and want to protest and and love them, but they don't even care about us. They don't. You understand what I'm saying? You can start from the top.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
They're telling us to gather together, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We're supposed to gather together. You know what I mean? These other nations don't desire us. You know, they don't look at us as special. That's why they separate themselves from us. The only time they want to be around us is when they want to be around us beneficially for financial gain. You know, like they're not around us because they want to hang around us. They want to make money off of us. That's why you see the so-called Chinese or the Chinese man in our neighborhoods collecting money. You might see the Arab in the gas stations because gas stations in our neighborhoods too, and they collecting money. Now they starting to put like 7-Elevens and stuff like that in our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And they feeding us poison. They giving us, selling us cigarettes and stuff like that. Understand what I'm saying? So we got to gather together, man, and separate because they're not joined unto us. They're not in our neighborhoods. I live in the ghetto. When I'm done teaching this class, I'm going back to the ghetto. I'm going back to the hood. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going back to where you see poverty at. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't see no Palestinian, and I don't see no so-called Jew there. I might see one oppressor, 1 or 2 oppressors, so that's it. I see blacks, Hispanics in my neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. You know? We talk about the majority. A lot of people want to talk about it's not true. It is true. I live in a black neighborhood, so you can't tell me it's not true. And I be in every neighborhood in Philadelphia. That's the ghetto, and I don't see them there. Now you go down Southwest Philadelphia, you got them Hamites down there. They're in the ghettos. And what are they doing there, Officer Abad? They're not with us. Some of them might because they might want to hang around with little rebellious kids, but their parents don't love us. Their parents don't care about us. You understand what I'm saying? They don't. So the Bible says gather together, man. We got to learn how to separate, man. We are a holy people. We cannot keep on trying to join with everybody, man. Right. Now, if you could, can you go to this other scripture I wanted?
No, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Salakia, if I could, majority of black folks is from the hood. Nobody never said that every black person is in the hood. Right. I live in a place where they got people that's called Cambodians there. There's a lot of Cambodians that live in my neighborhood. Right. You understand what I'm saying? You got some rich black folks. Most black folks aren't rich though. Right. So what is your point? We have black people. Most black people are in the ghetto. Right. If you're a middle class, you're still in the ghetto. I would be considered a middle class citizen. I have an okay job. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing a little bit good for myself. However, I'm not rich. I am in the ghetto. You understand what I'm saying? I don't see, like I said, I go out food shopping and, in these places, I don't see a lot of black folks there. Like I go into like where the suburban areas where you don't even see a sidewalk. When you in a good neighborhood where you don't see a sidewalk and the houses is spaced out and there's a bunch of leaves on the goddamn ground where kids could jump in it and not even think about it having a needle in it. That's how, and it's super clean. You understand what I'm saying? I don't see a majority of black folks there. But when I go to the ghetto, I see a lot of black folks. And so understand that. Don't play word games that make it seem like I'm saying every black person live in the ghetto. T.I. don't live in the ghetto. Right. Like, come on, stop it. Give me that if you could. Give me the scripture.
This is the book of Proverbs, 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Read that nice and loud, man.
Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Listen, no hand to join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, man. We can't be joining hands with wicked people, man. Because guess what? They're going to be punished one day. They're going to be punished. You don't want to be on the side of your oppressor that's being punished because, you're going to go down with them. Right. Understand that. You're going to go down with them. The Bible say you got to be either hot or cold. Right. You better be hot. Don't even be lukewarm. Because if you be cold, if you be on their side, you're going down with them anyway. Right. You know what I mean? You can't be in the middle and you can't be on their side. You got to pick a side. Right. So you want to be on their side versus being on your brother's side, you're going down with them. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? We're going to clean up the hood. That's why the I.S.U.P.K is here. That's why the I.S.U.P.K been here ever since 1969 to clean up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand what I'm saying? We're actually doing the work. If you're saying we're not doing the work, I wouldn't be up here teaching. You understand what I'm saying? I just had a talk with my sister today. She's going to be coming to class soon. You know, I was talking to my mom. She's going to be coming to class soon. You understand what I'm saying? We got to clean up the neighborhoods, man. Yes, we got to clean up our neighborhoods. That's why we're here. We are the enforcers of the law. We are the ones that's going to teach our people to stop sinning, to actually separate. You understand what I'm saying? Having our own stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like having our own stores, our own clothing. We the one that make fashion what it is. You know, and guess who has the platform for Blacks and Hispanic and Native American Indians to sell their stuff, the oppressor? It's going to be a time that we're going to have our own stuff. That's what we need to work on separating so we can have our own stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So in order to do that, you got to separate from your oppressor. You got to disconnect from them, period. Ain't nothing wrong with doing business with them, but if you got to go to them for everything, then what good does that make for us to build a nation? We're trying to build a government here. You understand what I'm saying? We got to understand that Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians is not going to prosper in a world where they're just under somebody. You understand what I'm saying? We have to call the shots. Right. We have to be the leaders. We have to be the rulers of this nation. We can't just be relying on our oppressor for every goddamn thing. Listen, I told my this is when I was with my mother and my children, right? And they found out, you know, when they find out that you're working and they find out that you with the woman and you live with the woman, they cut her welfare benefits, right? You know what I told her? The hell with the goddamn welfare benefits. I'm not saying that you know, if you less fortunate, that's for everybody. You're less fortunate, you need, you know, to feed your child or your family, so be it, right? But I said the hell with them. You know what I mean? Because eventually we're not going to be on that. Blacks, Hispanics, you're not going to be on that because it's going to be a point in time where we're going to have our own welfare system for our people to feed them. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to have our own government to feed our people. So I don't give a damn about no welfare. I'm going to make sure my family eat regardless anyway. You understand what I'm saying? This is why brotherhood is so important, man. This is why I'm mad I ain't been in the I.S.U.P.K, you know, sooner. Because as soon as I felt like, damn, I can't pay my bills, I can't pay my rent, I can go to the school and ask for assistance. You understand what I'm saying? But that's because we separate. We're separated. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, you go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
All right, so if I may. Hold on. Somebody said, everyone that live in America is an oppressed. Then why is this? Why every time I'm gonna use? Because I believe who was was that a general we used for the Monday class? Was that a general?
General
No, for the let the Hebrew speak.
No, that was Officer Marshall.
Okay, big up to
This is last Monday, right?
Marshall. Yeah, big up to Officer Marshall, right? He was saying something about canceling. You know, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians get canceled for speaking the truth, having freedom of speech. You can't have freedom of speech in America. That is a myth. That's an illusion because he said everybody not oppressed, right? Then why I can't say what I want to say without being crucified for it? Like the baby was crucified for speaking out, saying something against, you know, the alphabet boys and girls. Understand what I'm saying? When people speak out against certain things that they feel as though it's wrong, they get canceled for it. There's like certain things I don't know about Boosie, little Boosie. They can't even give him his Instagram account because he said something about, you know, the owners. Kanye West got canceled for saying that the Jews is black. and he's an anti. So you talk about oppression, nobody not oppressed. Then why did Kanye West get everything taken away from him? You know, this is Adidas. I mean, even though they probably still want to do business with him now, but at that time he got canceled. He's crazy, right? That's oppression. Why I can't speak my mind? Why I can't? But it's okay for a teacher to put a dress on a little kid, and his father wasn't okay with it. You understand what I'm saying? Usually, listen, this is why we know we're oppressed, because they could do whatever they want. I was just watching the video today of a little kid with a dress on, and the father was recording, and he made them take off the dress. But guess what? Why they don't even call? Listen, why didn't even call the parent and make sure that it was okay for them? Because you already know also about this is America. Some parents is okay with that. Okay for their little boy to wear a dress, wear a little tutu. Some parents are okay with that, but he wasn't. Why y'all ain't call home and say, yo, is it okay if we put your child in a dress or a tutu? Because oppression is real. They could have called him. They said, the hell with him, the hell with the parents. Who cares about what the parents think? That's oppression. So for you to say that we're not oppressed, you are lied. You've been lied to, brother. If you're a brother, you understand what I'm saying? In the Bible, we understand what oppression is. When you can't say things that you want to say without just being crucified, you're still making money. I could get fired from my job if I say something. Like literally, you can't say certain jobs, you can't speak your mind out against, you know, like just like you know, the LGBT, the alphabet boys and girl community. We can't speak out against, so you might get fired because you feel as though that's wrong. So that is oppression. Certain people have ceilings, like rich black folks. We have ceilings. We can't go but to a certain level. They're not going to let you go over them. What nation will let you let you rule over them? What nation? A nation is going to keep you at the bottom. That nation that's ruling is going to keep you at the bottom so you can't rule. So that's oppression. So everybody said we're not oppressed, man. Yeah, okay. Now, if you could, we're going to go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, man.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
We are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. So which means is we have to separate ourselves, but it's a requirement that we have to do. We exclusively belong to the Most High God.
Right.
So we have to do what our Father tells us to do. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you are a special people. You understand? Like, a lot of people think we preach hate. I just told Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that they are special. I don't know if it's like about that hate. That's the love for my people, man. Right. We are supposed to be special, man. LeBron James is a special man. That's why they got him playing basketball, right? We invented damn near everything in America. We have the sauce. We have the thing that's in us to make a nation thrive. We just don't have the platforms or the power to do so. But when Christ comes back, it's all going to work out. You understand what I'm saying? We are a special people. Listen, I love my people, man. And guess what? Israel and Palestine love their people too. There's nothing wrong with loving your own. I love my son. I love my son. I can't love another person's son that don't even look like me. That's not from where I'm from, that can't relate to me. And also, too, also about that his parents did the violent, disgusting things to my people. I can't love somebody like that. Now, since they think that we preaching hate and we this and we that, right? I'm gonna bring a scenario for people in the for the neighborhoods that we are from to understand. we had things called squads. You know, in Philadelphia, we say squads, right? You know, California it might be gangs, right? Now, since they think that, because you know they say, oh, we gotta let it go, we gotta let the past be the past, right? You know, you want to know why there's a lot of unaliving in Chicago? Because of things that people done in the past. You can hear some Chicago rappers tell you they don't even know what they fighting for. They just know that somebody unalived somebody that's from a different thing. Now they beefing, right? They don't even know why. Now I'm gonna go to the West Coast with Bloods and Crips, right? A Blood might unalive a Crip, right? And guess what? That same person that unalived that Crip ain't nowhere to be found. He probably went somewhere else. They can't even find him. But guess what? If that person that's affiliated with that gang or that group, they don't care who it is. They're going to unalive whoever's wearing that color, who's ever affiliated with them. They're going to unalive them. They don't matter if whoever did the crime, and that crime can happen 10 years ago. But guess what? They still going to have that beef unless somebody gotta say, listen, we gotta sit down and have a conversation, and something gotta happen. Understand what I'm saying? And that's why Christ's gonna come back. Christ's gonna sit a lot of y'all oppressors down. They're gonna put y'all down to a low. They're gonna put Christ's gonna put y'all on y'all bellies. You're gonna be under us. That's how that works, man. Like you can't sit here and say we're supposed to forget the past when blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is doing the same thing that we speaking about now. We coming at the oppressor. We're not coming at our brothers. The oppressor is our enemy.
Right.
Let's make that clear. Bloods and Crips is gonna fight just because somebody was going to war a long time ago with that they don't even know about. They might know the history, they might not know it. That's what happens. So don't make it seem like that we can't talk about what the oppressor did to us 400 years ago, because our brothers and sisters in Chicago is unaliving each other because of something happened 30 years ago. They don't even know. They used to be one. And then they started, disagreements happen and somebody get unalived and it get weird. But they don't care who did the unaliving. They're going to unalive you because you just affiliated with them. This is why we say the people of today, their forefathers did this to us. They're going to pay for their crimes. Right. Because when another blood unalive another Crip, somebody that had nothing to do with it is going to pay for that crime if they catch them lacking. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So you saying that we're a hate group? I'm trying to get my brothers and sisters to separate from your oppressors because they get that mind state from you. You think the so-called Jew is letting go of the whole burn? A lot of people don't know the Holocaust. Whole burn. You think they gonna forget about that? They getting paid off of that now. And guess what? They still locking up, if I'm not mistaken, and this is when I was in high school. Like, they had a whole class on the Holocaust at my school. They locked up a German, a Nazi. He fled to South America, and he was like 70 years old. He fled, he was gone. But they chased him down and hunted him down. They wanted to find every Nazi that had something to do with their, destruction or, unaliving or, stuff like that. They hunted them down. They prosecuted them. They locked them up. And they still doing it now. Probably some of them probably are gone now because it's been a while. But if they catch a Nazi and they like, yo, you was with them unaliving us, I'm pretty sure they're gonna lock them up. It's people that get locked up 10 years. They did a crime, they find out, they still get locked up for that unaliving. There's no statute of limitation on murder. So why is it a person not going inside his prison? That's what I want to know. Because this is his land. It's not his land, but he running this land. He has power, so he can say, well, I can do whatever I want because it's justified because this is my land and I have power. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna lock you up for committing a crime 10 years ago. Yeah, man. Now, if you could, can you start from the top of Deuteronomy 7:6?
Okay. This is book of Deuteronomy, the 7th, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Listen, the Lord thy God chose us to be a special people unto himself because we exclusively belong to the Most High. That's a fact. You can't put a spin on it and try to make it seem like it means something else. You know how Christians and everybody think, oh, that's not what they're saying, but it is saying that. It's clear as day. Keep going.
Above all people.
Listen, we're above all people, man. We are superior, man. I don't walk around like a second class citizen. I walk around like I'm gonna rule this planet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna rule this earth one day. My children is gonna rule this earth one day.
Right.
It's gonna come. Every civilization falls, man. Every empire falls, man. Y'all keep thinking America can't be touched, man. America's gonna be touched, man.
Right.
It's not gonna be touched by me. It's gonna be touched by the Most High God in Christ when you come back, man. Because He's not coming back for peace. He's not coming back to give you a hug, to make you feel nice and warm. Just so He might make you feel warm. You probably be a little toasty. You understand what I'm saying? When that nuclear warfare comes, you understand what I'm saying? He's not coming back, to give you daps and oh, let's go have a party. It's not going to be that type of. It's not going to be that type of party. It's going to be bad.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we got to understand that. Y'all think Christ is some soft man. Christ was a stern man. And if we want to be Christ-like, you got to be stern. You got to be a warrior, man. Christ was a revolutionary. He wasn't no soft man.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And Christ want us to separate. Christ read Deuteronomy 7:6 too as well, man, because he called a woman of Canaan a dog, and she agreed. She called him Lord too. You know what I mean? So he had some type of superiority over the people.
Right.
You understand what? Especially he had superiority over a Canaanite woman, which was an oppressor in today's time. She knew that she was under him. She called him Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Was when one day your oppressors is going to call the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians Lord. They're going to call us Adawan. You understand what I'm saying? This is Slacker. So they're going to be like Khan, Adawan, Khan.
Right.
They're going to be doing that one day.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? But in order for them to do so, we have to separate from them. We have to come to realization that our God is going to get us out of this condition.
Right.
Our God is going to change the way we live in, and our God is going to have our back once He starts to notice, dang, my people is coming back. My children is coming back to me, man. Understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you give me Psalms chapter 147, 19?
Okay. This is the book of Psalms, 147, verse 19.
Go ahead.
Pulling up my screen now. Okay. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Listen, the Most High showeth His word unto Jacob. Who is Jacob? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is Jacob. He showeth His word unto us. So which means is this book belongs to us. The Bible, right here, and the Apocrypha, right here, belongs to us. Keep going.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Everything that's in these books that I just held up is ours. The statutes and the judgments, the punishments, and then the laws is in these books. Excuse me. Is in these books that we possess. This is our books. Keep going.
Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation.
He have not dealt so with any other nation, man. He have not showed His word to other nations. So which means is a lot of people don't understand these books. You know what I mean? They want to put a spin on it to try to have a secret agenda to destroy our people, man. Majority of these religions come off the Catholic Church. So they have an agenda, man. Christianity is garbage. Islam is garbage. What else? Baptist is garbage. Presbyterian is garbage. Seventh-day Adventist is garbage. Jehovah's Witness is garbage. All these things is garbage, man, because they read this book and just put a spin on it. And guess what? All the religions I just named came from your oppressor. They came from your oppressor. Somebody that can't even understand this book because it's not for him to understand. That's why they don't get certain things in here, because this book was written in slang, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we created slang and how to talk like that. Like when we talk in our neighborhoods, they don't understand that. Listen, I get mad when I hear. Listen, I'm telling the story real quick. I remember an oppressive woman I knew I used to talk to, because in the world I was, I love all type of women when I was in the world. I was just like a little player. You understand what I'm saying? So, I had a white woman, right? I had a so-called oppressor, right? She tried to make John she tried to change the definition of John, like it was like an object or something like that. Like it could be an object, it could be me, it could be a person, it could be anything. She tried to make it seem like it was an object, like, oh, when you call, how? No, how they remove?
Maybe because you use white.
Oh my God, no, somebody, no sweat. Oh no, they probably put the hate speech thing, but I'm gonna appeal it. No sweat. But like the so-called oppressor, like she tried to make it an object. But I'm like, no, that don't just mean it's an object. It can mean a thing, which is an object. But how you gonna tell us how to use our slang? You don't understand it. Go ahead, also, bye.
If I could, when you the fellow below down in Philly, down in the fashion district, they used to have drawn in the t-shirts. And the definition is anything. It could mean anything.
It could mean anything.
I'm paraphrasing that definition, but that's what it says.
But we got these stinging heathens trying to take control of our language and try to make it something that's not theirs.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's our language. We made John up. So we could dictate and tell you we could change it if we want to. And honestly, it might evolve over time, because that's how our language do. It's crazy. We're so much of a special people. We took a language that's not ours, a bastardized language, and made slang out of it. Because English is so proper, right? We made that. We put flavor on it. I'd rather speak slang than this proper English stuff. I don't care about English. You understand what I'm saying? But when I talk to my brothers that come from the same places I come from, they understand. But when I come around an oppressor or a heathen, they be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, because it's not for you. It's not just like this book. That's why when we read this book, and you'll be baffled, like, what are you talking about? I don't understand. Because it's not for you. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, not the other people, man. If it could, you read that again, man. They got to understand that, man.
He has not done so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Listen, y'all have not known none of these judgments, man. None of these curses, none of these punishments y'all have not known, man. Y'all don't go through the things that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians go through, man. Right. Listen, this is y'all kingdom. Y'all have rulership. Y'all have power. Now, if I could, I was at my slave, right? It was his brother at my slave. I believe he's a Muslim, right? He's a cool brother, right? He's I guess they would say he's radical at my slave. I'm wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You don't even know if I'm an Israelite or not. I don't, show that I'm an Israelite at my job unless they ask. Understand what I'm saying? I don't walk in the door and say, hey, I'm an Israelite. You was a devil that the Bible speaks. I don't do that, right? So it was an oppressor. And actually, the oppressor, he gave me some information that I could use inside the job, right? Which you're supposed to do, because I'm gonna be over him one day. He gotta give me all the information. You understand what I'm saying? However, they having an argument, right? And, I believe he's Irish. You know how Irish people, we was in slavery too. I had to work for mine. I had to do this. I had to do that. Like, of course, everybody got to work. It don't even matter what nation you in. You still have to work. But you still got an advantage. He was talking about how all these people, the brother, he was talking about how all these people was racist. You understand? Like, y'all racist, y'all this, y'all that. And the other oppressor saying, well, I had to work for mine. I ain't had nothing given to me. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to still work. Listen, just because this like if we rule this nation, you can't be a sluggard. You have to put in work. So you got to put in work too, oppressor. But you still get more advantages in your kingdom than us. So you can't sit here and say that you're not racist. This is your kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? This is why you got to come into I.S.U.P.K because, you're going to still try to fight these oppressors that should about you. They don't care about your opinion. They're just going to try to, black on black crime and y'all killing, y'all unaliving each other. Y'all doing this to your community. Y'all destroying your own communities. This is why we got to come back to this book, man, because this book is ours, man. They don't go through what we go through. See how because now he is the oppressor. He drives trucks and bulldozers and stuff like that. He makes a lot of money. And he has a wife that makes a lot of money. I would say they make over $200,000 just in their house phone alone, right? So he's doing all right. The average black man ain't doing it. The black man he was going back and forth wasn't doing it. That black man is poor. He's in poverty. Because if he wasn't in poverty, why would he have that type of argument? Why would he be able to call you racist? Why is it? You think what he's saying is far-fetched? No, it's not. It's not far-fetched, man. So what we have to do in order us to be on the top, can you give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1? This is what we have to do to learn how we got to get away from this place. And I don't mean run to so-called Israel and try to find citizenship somewhere else. No, I'm not talking about that. If you want to actually be on top and rule this place, there's certain things you have to do, man. If you could, go ahead. You got scripture. Slakia, also, if you could, can you put the screen up?
I've been putting the scripture on the screen too. For people, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It shall come to pass when we shall hearken diligently unto the Lord thy God. Listen very carefully what the Lord thy God has to say. Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Listen, you got to peep game. You got to peep, you got to listen to the priests and prophets of the Lord and get taught differently and learn how to keep these commandments, man. Because you ain't going to learn how to keep these commandments outside them doors, man. You got to come in here to observe and do and keep these commandments. Keep going.
Which I command thee this day.
Go ahead.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
Listen, the Lord thy God is going to set thee on high once you start to keep these commandments, man. You have to start keeping these commandments now. Like I was telling my sister that's in the world today, I was telling her to come to class, right? She's like, yeah, I've been reading my Bible. I've been looking up this Israelite stuff. I cut her like, no. You got to come here. You have to come here. You reading up on the Bible, and you can't just read the Bible. You got to get taught the Bible. Because you can't just go in here and read from Genesis all the way to Revelations. You have to get taught by the priests and prophets of the Most High God to learn the ways of this Bible because you won't understand it. You'll try to find a contradiction in the Bible. Well, let's say this right here. Why I say this right here? Because you don't understand the Bible. You got to get it taught properly. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to come here to learn how to keep these commandments and stuff like that. Get the counsel so you could be a new person, man, because you're going to be at the bottom. You're going to have them same thoughts that you've been having since when you was in the world. You don't know how to break down this Bible, understand this Bible, man. In order to move forward with your life and be in rulership, listen, our sisters got to walk outside. I be seeing. Listen, I remember I was coming from. Actually, I was coming from the school. It was one time. I think it was a feast day. It was a late night though. I'm riding my I'm driving. I'm almost to my house though. It's dark. I see this sister walking, in the street. Sometimes they walk in the street for a reason. They walk in the street for a reason. I ain't never know that till my rib told me. I don't understand it, but they walk in the street for a reason, right? So it's dark, and in my head, I'm like, why is she out here? She shouldn't be out here, but she got to go to work. She don't got no protection. You understand what I'm saying? This world, it has a lot of violent, disgusting people that would do anything to somebody. If she's out here by herself in the dark, women don't want to be outside walking in the dark in the middle of the night. So if y'all want us to give our sisters a certain type of security, certain type of protection, you have to separate from this place and come inside these doors and learn the way of the Lord so we can rule this place and you'll have the ultimate protection you can. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to feel like, I'm walking out. You won't even be outside. Me personally, I don't even want my rib or my wives being outside unless they probably driving or something. If they driving, I'll probably be okay with it because they driving. I don't want you making no stops. It's 10 o'clock at night. You ain't making no stops. You going straight home. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you going home. Like, you make sure. Or if I'm with you, you good. But you by yourself, I'm kind of skeptical. I don't like my women outside late. It's a protection thing. You wouldn't understand it. But our sisters out here, single mothers, they got to go to work. They poor too. They don't have a man, say, you know what? You work in the daytime or, we'll try to find a job. I hold down the finances until you find a better job during the day that can accommodate, your life, because sometimes, people gotta do what they gotta do. She walking outside in the dark. When we become set on high, she ain't gonna have to have that problem anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she might get escorted home by her brother. It's not, it's crazy. It's going to be so better. Our nation, when we rule, is going to be better than the oppressor nation because she ain't going to have to, even if she is walking outside 10 o'clock at night, she ain't going to have to worry about anybody trying to snatch her up. Because when Christ comes back, none of that stuff is happening. So she's going to feel a certain type of safety now. But those sisters is scared, man. Like every car that ride past, I'm pretty sure they scared. They holding on to their purse. They walking fast. They looking both. Like it's very. Listen, and me, I'll be like, man, like today is so messed up because you can't even say that to like, oh sis, you all right? Do you need a ride? You can't even do that because they might look at you as a creep. That's how, like me, I'm like it's the kindness of how I am. Even a brother. Matter of fact, if I could, it was a brother today. He worked with us, but he got to walk. You probably know what I'm talking about. You know what 33rd Street at? What you about to Slock it? I'm not gonna say that. You know where the park at, right? Okay. Going out the park. Right. He was about to walk from my job. That was like a 20-minute walk. Brothers is passing him. Me, I'm like, at first, I was like, man, because at first I seen him before, but I couldn't get to where he was at because there was so much cars going on. So I couldn't get him. He was like halfway there. I'm like, damn, why are you walking all the way there? I'm not trying to take him. One brother, he stopped and picked him up and took him away. He actually drove him further than where he needed to go. Right? But that type of stuff, when I see a brother, even a brother, brother, you need a ride. But you can't do that today because you can't trust everybody. But when Christ comes back, I could pull over to a brother like, yo, you good? You want to ride home? I know you're tired. You mean probably, coming from work or something like that. Yo, come on, we out. I'm gonna drop you. Where you live at? Matter of fact, if we have a Lyft or Uber. I want to have an Uber and Lyft business. When we rule this planet, like, yo, help the brother out. You understand what I'm saying? Even though we might not even have to be, we might not even gonna have to go through that. You understand what I'm saying? But to help our people, we got to be set on high. We can't just be sinning and expect for something to fall in our lap.
Right.
No, the Lord don't work that way. We're not gonna get rewarded by just not doing anything and sinning. You see the Christian church? It's not happening. We're still at the same predicament we've been in for a long time because of Christian church. You understand what I'm saying? Man, if you could, what scripture I had? Oh,
21.
all right, yeah, read that again.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, 28, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments,
Right.
which I command thee this day, the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Listen, he will set thee on high, man. We're gonna be a rulership one day, man. And I'm gonna give you a commandment. I'm gonna show you what commandment we have to keep to actually execute the rulership that I'm talking about. If you could, Officer, can you give me love our brothers thyself?
Come.
Now, if I could, Officer, is this mic working? Because last,
It should. I put on the right one, but right.
Let me see real quick. So, hold on, because we had technical difficulties last time. I want to make sure that this mic is nice and clear. Right, most on Christ. Let's get it, man. I mean, if you could, in that scripture for me, sir. That's crazy, man. Like, this is a commandment that we have to keep, man, to execute how we going to move forward as a people. This is a number one scripture that we have to keep, man, that we all have to understand. This is what's going to bring us together. You understand what I'm saying?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 39.
Go ahead.
And the second is like unto it.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. That's a powerful commandment, man. Loving your neighbor as thyself. But wait, a lot of people like neighbor. That could be anything. That could be anybody, right? We're going to find out what a neighbor is according to the Bible. Because we're not Christians over here. We're not just going to say neighbor and then put our spin to it and say, well, neighbor can be anybody. It could be the oppressor. It could be a Chinese man. It could be a so-called Jew. It can be a Hamite. It can be anybody, right? We're going to find out what is a neighbor. Understand what I'm saying?
This book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Rebuke thy what?
Thy neighbor.
Listen, your neighbor is your brother. That's what a neighbor is. A neighbor is not a person that's not of your nation. Your brother is your neighbor. Your neighbor is your brother. Right. Sister, vice versa. Same thing. We have to love our brothers as thyself. We got to love our sisters as thyself. Right. Because if you don't, you hate yourself. And the Bible say you shouldn't read it. Read it from the top.
This book of Leviticus 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. You shouldn't be thinking about your brother with hatred, man. You walking down the street, you got a attractive wife. He got some fly gear on, some expensive sneakers, a nice car, getting money. He get along with everybody. People is gravitating to him more when he teaches. Like, you're supposed to hate thy brother in thy heart, man. You're supposed to love thy brother and sister as thyself. That's how that's the glue. That's what's going to keep us together. The brother and the sisterhood, you know what I mean? And I.S.U.P.K, we had that, man. Right. We had brother and sisterhood, man. We love our people, man. We love our brothers and sisters, man. We love them enough to tell them the truth, man. Right. I'm not no Christian that's going to give you smooth words. If you could you give me that scripture first? Give me that smooth words and woe unto you pastors, man. Like, I'm not going to be giving you smooth words. I'm going to tell you, man, Start acting like a brother and sister to one another, man. Stop hating on one another, man. Stop trying to sleep with your brother wife, man. Stop talking about that sister behind her back, man. Stop gossiping. Understand what I'm saying? Stop trying to line up your brother, man. Stop trying to line up your sister, man. Understand what I'm saying? And if I could, officer, but I just was looking at this this dang, I'm gonna send it to you. Man, it was this video, and the sister, no, this brother of Salakia was talking about how his mom, Salakia, his mom tried to like set him up. So I literally tried to set him up and get him unalive for insurance money. Now, if I could, I'm gonna try to find that. I forgot where it was at. I think it's on here. No, I don't know anybody look for it. But yeah, like our people are so far gone that we are so destroyed that we willing to unalive our own kid. This is why brothers and sisters need to come together, man. You understand what I'm saying? You got it?
This is book of Isaiah, 30 verse 10.
Go ahead.
Which say to the seers, see not,
Go ahead.
and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things.
Right.
Prophesy deceits.
Right. That's what the Christian pastor do. The Christian pastor, lies to you, deceives you. You understand? Just to get you to sit in them seats and stay there. In order for him to get you to stay there, he gotta puff you up. He gotta feed that ego, versus tearing down that ego and telling you that everything that you're doing in your life is wrong. Right. You have to stop doing it. You understand? Because you want to know why? You have to understand that. You have to understand this to a certain extent, right? You got to understand this fully, because once you go inside that church, it's like a person from the alphabet community. They'll go in there and they still come out the same person. When you come to I.S.U.P.K, you have to change. The pastor don't require you to change. Only thing he requires you to do is put that money in that bucket. He makes you feel good. You come here, you're going to feel like crap. But that's just them demons on you. But when you go to that Christian church, they're going to feed that demon. They're going to keep feeding your demons and keep feeding your demons and keep feeding your demons. And then to a person like me or Officer Abad go on that podium on Saturdays and tell you, like, yo, you have to change. You can't be a part of the alphabet community. You can't be a sinner. You can't be eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. You can't be doing none of these things, man. They're going to speak smooth words to you. Especially, listen, Officer Abad, if I may, especially towards the sisters, the married ones at that. You understand what? They're going to try to get in your wife's pants, man. They're going to do it. You understand what I'm saying? They speaking those smooth words and they lying to you, man. I'm going to give you the ugly truth, because the Bible say the truth offends people, man. The truth is going to offend people, man. It hurts. Just like love. Love hurts sometimes, man. The Bible says charity suffers long, man, which means that love hurts, man. It's going to hurt, man. You got to be, I was just talking to somebody about this, man. Changing is going to make you uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable when you change. Like, you can't get away from it. I felt uncomfortable when I changed. Just like when I stopped smoking weed. I felt very uncomfortable, man. You know what's crazy? Also about when I stopped smoking weed, because I was a drug addict. I started having all these bad dreams, intense dreams. I felt like crap. Like I couldn't even eat for a certain time. Like I was getting angry. I was mad at the world. I was starting arguments just because I couldn't get high. You understand what I'm saying? I felt uncomfortable for that period. But guess what? That urge kept trying to pull me back to smoke that weed, man. But I had to fight that, man. I had to say, listen, man, it's gonna blow over. Just like a person that's on dope, shot up dope for 5-6 years. You know, that person's gonna be in a bad state for a while until it start to get that demon get off of them, that demon get off of her. Then they start to feel a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we have to do, man. You got to feel uncomfortable, man. I.S.U.P.K is not here to tell you what you want to hear. We just want to tell you what you need to hear because it's very vital that we do so. You know what I mean? It's going to be our fault. The blood going to be on our hands when we don't tell you the truth.
Wow.
The blood is on the pastor's hands because he's lying to you.
Wow.
He's not warning you. He's puffing you up to be prideful. He's not telling you the things that the I.S.U.P.K is going to tell you. You understand what I'm saying now? If you could, can you give me the scripture?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors.
Woe be unto the pastors, man. Destruction be unto the pastors. Go ahead.
That destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Listen, the Bible says we got to be holy. We got to be separate people, man. The Christian pastor is joining you with your enemy, man. He's joining you with the person that unalived you, that violated your mother, that violated your brother, that violated your sister, your child. You understand what I'm saying? He's joining you with them, man. He is literally scattering us, man. He's not bringing blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians together. He wants you to join with the other people and say, oh, these people are a hate group. Stay away from them. They're no good for you. You're brainwashed. You're on a cult. That's what they're going to tell us. They're scattering us. You understand? Now you dislike us. Now you hate your brother because your brother is telling you the ugly truth that the Christian pastor is not telling you, man. I'm going to show you what Christianity is. Officer, but I sent you a video. I want you to play. I was watching this today on YouTube. I believe it's YouTube.
Messenger?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Messenger. Yeah, I mean, this is Christianity, man. Because guess what? In the I.S.U.P.K, you will never be allowed to do this. You'll be kicked out of school if you ever do this, man. Is this brother talking about how his mother set him up or try to, unalive him for some insurance money, man? Who made our people lovers of money, man? The Christian church, man. Listen, my aunt, and I love my aunt, right? I love her enough to tell her this. I remember when this is when she was working, because she got me the job I'm at now, right? This is when I was working. We have a conversation. You know what she told me? She told me that I should give all my money to my wife or my woman. That's what she told me. And I'm like, what? Said, that's your wife's money. Give all your money to your wife. I'm not, and don't get me wrong. Listen, there's nothing wrong with getting your wife some paper, man. Give your wife some money, man. Listen, go get your nails done. Let's go get your hair done, man. Listen, go look good for me, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? I love, giving my woman money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But all my money, like this, my money that I work for, that I gotta go sweat in the heat, be cold in the rain, and I gotta get for all my money, bills ain't gonna get paid. You understand what I'm saying? I need these bills paid, man. Right. And I gotta save. Listen, women like to go to Target. Listen, women go to Target. They love Target. They love that Bath and Body Works, man. They love that Victoria's Secret. Man, ain't nothing wrong with it. But my money is not going to go to my woman, man, because she's a lover of money. Every woman in my family is a lover of money. They're money hungry. And guess what? They are? Christians. All of them are Christians. Their pastor taught them to be lovers of money, man. And they poor. They give all their money to the pastor, though. They don't get any money to their husbands. They get money to the pastor, but they don't get money to the husband. And then tell me that I gotta give my money to my wife. Oh, because you're not a provider. They love it. The Christian church taught them to be lovers of money, man. You got the video?
Okay.
All right, put it up there real quick. I believe it's this. Is it this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Mom at a young age.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. Basically, I was waiting for this like check to come in the mail, and I see a life insurance
Can
letter.
you play on here?
My name on it. What the?
Is it going to echo? Because I don't want to hear it too.
I just gotta share this screen.
I'll go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, man. This is Christianity, man. Yeah, man. Your mother's supposed to be protecting you, right? But she's lining you up. And then, listen, he also said more things in this video that Christianity don't they don't speak on. They don't speak against. They condone this stuff. They don't condemn people for doing this type of stuff, man. I'll take your time, sir. But like I said, man, you can't be no lover of money, man. Because you listen, in the Black, Hispanic, American Indian community, there's a lot of brothers that's lover of money. That's why they unalive people for it. That's why they rob people for it. That's why, matter of fact, you heard about the we're gonna touch on that too, man. About the brother that got, well, I don't know if it's a brother. They got unalived yesterday in Macy's. You heard about that? They got there's a brother that stabbed some security guard in Macy's over some hats or something like that, and 2 security officers got stabbed up. But it was a brother that did it, man. And that's Christianity. That's Islam. I guarantee you that he's a Muslim or Christian. They're not speaking out against this type of stuff, man. They're not trying to get our people. Listen, we gotta stop killing one another. You know what? We gotta stop unaliving one another. You don't want to know how we're gonna stop unaliving one another? Read that scripture. Read that on the one in Leviticus 17:19.
17:19. Come. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Kind of one class, a lot of got mixed up.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
This is how we're going to fix the problem in the Black community. You gotta not hate your brother in thine heart. If that brother would have came into I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, who serves Christ, he would not been in that Macy's unaliving someone, because he would have known. And then I'm guaranteed it probably was a brother that he unalived. I don't know the details, but I'm pretty sure it's a brother. You know what I mean? He would have not unalive. Thou shalt not unalive. You understand? Thou shalt not steal. He would have known all these things, man. And you'd have known that was a brother. And I can't do that to my brother, man. I can't do that to my brother. Listen, you came to I.S.U.P.K, man, you wouldn't have had to do that. You would have made sure that you would have been cool. Because that's what, you know why he did it? Because he was poor. He had to make some money. But the Christian pastors and the Muslims will tell you that's okay. They'd have let him in their church, and he would have still came out a thief. He would have still came out. How many unalivers in the Christian church? How many child violators are in the Christian church, in the Muslim mosque? How many? We hear stories all the time, horror stories about these people, man. And they're not good for our people. But if you stop hating your brother and start loving your brother, man, you will not have this problem. If you could, wow. We're gonna check this video out real quick.
Okay.
Like my boyfriend, like I said, he was being her. He used to put the gun to her head and just nah. At this point, it's like I'm older now, you know. I could do something. So I go talk to him. I'm like, well, Mom, like, you put his hands on you. He try to get in the shower with your daughter. Like, what are you doing? She's like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. So now we arguing like in the little hallway. We arguing. So now I'm trying to get her out. He come from behind me. He's like, yo. I turn around. He has the gun right in my, and he shoots. Bullet hit me right here. Came on my back. Like I said, I'm shot. She give him the key. She let him leave. He drives off. You feel me? Now I'm on the floor, and my girl's trying to help me. She's like trying to pick me up, whatever. My mom comes and attacks my girl.
How's your relationship like with your mom at a young age?
I'm gonna go back a little bit. Basically,
we're gonna play it again, man. That's Christianity, man. That is Christianity, man. people, the pastor is not going to speak out against these type of things, man. It's a brother that's saying that he found it strange how he seen something in the mail about life insurance and his name was on it. He was sticking up for his own mother because she was getting abused by her man. He also said something about his sister that was being violated by the same man, and she didn't believe him. And this man came behind him with a gun and shot him. You understand what I'm saying? Then he stated that she gave him the keys to leave, and then once his woman was trying to help him up to get him to the hospital, his mother attacked his woman. That's Christianity, man. That's Christianity, man. Because guess what? If the pastor was so upright and so righteous, he would never allow this type of activity. This happens over and over and over again, and it's a church outside that damn house. I guarantee you, it's probably a church outside that house, right down the street, a church, and that's happening there. And he's not speaking on it. He's not condemning the mother, condemning that man. That should not be allowed in our communities, man. None of these things, man. We don't supposed to listen. That woman, man, is technically his brother. You got a gun pointed to your brother. You beating on your wife. What type of brotherhood is that, man? Because technically your wife is your sister. What type of brotherhood is that? The Bible say deal with your woman according to knowledge, man. Give honor unto her like she the weaker vessel, man. You're not supposed to be putting your hands on your wife, man. That's not brotherly. Now, in I.S.U.P.K, you can't do that up in here. There's consequences when you do stuff like that up in here. I mean, now, you got to defend yourself. You got to defend yourself. You know what I mean? Because say if your woman had a knife or something, that's something a little bit different. But if you know that you can overpower this woman and you can do it because you can, like, you are disgusting, man. And you have to hear that because you have your spirit of the oppressor on you, man. Now, if you could, Officer Bob, can you give me you are the father of your devil, man? Y'all act like the oppressor, man. This is the oppressor spirit. And we're so far gone and destroyed that we don't even understand that when we see stuff like this, I mean, it get brushed off, it get looked over. You understand what I'm saying? We're so desensitized and don't understand that this is a problem in our community, man. She trying to set him up for some money. Like, and you like this is sad, man. And I feel for this brother, man. His own mother, man. When she's supposed to be happy that he's not in the streets, happy that he has a job, he's on the right path at least. But you got another man, and this is why black men need to be in the house with their children, man. Not no stranger that's not, the father of them children, man. This is why they need to go back to righteous black men being fathers again, man. Because this stuff should not be allowed in our communities, man. And if we don't come back to this Bible and teach our people you can't do stuff like this, then we're going forever to keep on doing stuff like this. Now, like I said, like in order for us to stop, we gotta understand that we think and move and act like the oppressor. Understand what I'm saying? So if you could, Officer Bob, can you give me that scripture?
This goes down to 8 verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are of your father the devil.
Listen, ye is of the father of your devil. Who is the devil? Esau, which is the oppressor today. Everything that blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians do in America does not in I.S.U.P.K. You're doing it because of your oppressor. You're doing it because this is his kingdom. This is his nation. He tells you what it is. He tell you what to eat. He tell you when to go to sleep. He tell you when it's Saturday. He tell you, when it's, he tell you when it's on Monday. He tell you when it's these days. Like, he tell you when it's the New Year. He tell you the New Year is January 1st. When it's in April. Understand what I'm saying? He has power. He influences you. So you do the things that he do. You understand what I'm saying? He eat pork. You eat pork. Listen, he sleeps with people's wives. You do the same thing. He unalives people. You do the same thing. He does the same. He stole countries. He stole the most greatest people in the world and sold them. You understand what I'm saying? You have the spirit of the devil on you, which is the oppressor, man. These things that we gotta go through. And now if I could also survive, it's in my red, she real good with this, man. That's why, she real good with, I understand, I don't get why women like to watch like all these murder like unaliving documentaries about these crazy oppressors, but they do. I need to get into it because for teaching purposes, right? Like she sit here and show me, like sometimes I sit here like, what are you watching? Why are you watching this? And I believe it was I believe they was like in like this religious people. They unalived her husband for money. They set her husband up for money. She wound up getting locked up and all that. And I believe she kidnapped the kids, something like that would have been. I forgot the story, but to get this from the oppressor, it's putting a story. You could look this stuff up on documentaries. You can look this stuff up on your own time. It's oppressors that did countless of these acts, setting their own husband up, setting their own wife up for money. They literally do these type of things, and we have the same spirit on it. Now, if you could, can you play that one more time? And try to. I'm gonna try to break it down. Just try to pause it a little bit. And man, like they do this all the time. Like look it up on like when you have time at your house or you're just chilling. Look up these documentaries, man. You're gonna see these crazy oppressors doing the same thing that his mother just did. Understand what I'm saying? The Lord was with this brother to speak about this, man. The Lord was with this brother, man. Go ahead, Officer Byron.
I was waiting for this like check to come in the mail, and I see a life insurance, a letter.
He was waiting for a check to come in the mail, and he seen his life insurance with his name on it. That's what he just said. Keep going.
So I see it show my name on it. Like, what the Later on, I ended up getting in a fight with like her boyfriend. Like I said, he was beating her. He used to put the gun to her head and just nah. At this point, it's like I'm old.
Yeah, pause it. He said, "What the f? Why is it a name? Well, why is my name on this check on his life insurance policy?" Then he going back and forth with his mom about a man putting his hands on her and putting a gun to her head. He said that too. Listen, put a gun to my mom's head, man. I am going to be in a mugshot smiling. I'm gonna be the happiest man because you're not ever gonna do that. I don't care my mom in the world. You're never ever gonna try to put a gun or put your hands on my mother. Slocky, if I could, sir. I had the incident before. My mom can tell you. My mom had a man and she used to get beat by him, right? And we had to go see about him. Understand? And like I told my mom before, because she kept on allowing it. Like, Mom, I ain't never tell him to leave. I'm like, listen, you're gonna have to get some help. Y'all gonna have to get some help because he's gonna be in the ground. Because ain't nobody gonna keep putting their hands on you and nobody not trying to seek any type of help or attention. Because that's a problem. And I'm saying this when I was in the world. I ain't never told her to leave because she wasn't gonna do it anyway. But you're gonna have to seek some type of help, both of y'all, because he gets drunk and he think he's gonna put his hands on you. Now I'm about to be in jail because he's still doing this. Nobody can do that to my mom. Nobody can do that to no sister of mine or no brother of mine. Even a brother. That's not happening. Especially if he can't defend for himself. I see people, disabled people, that's our people outside, and they get treated like crap because they're disabled or they homeless. I be in my head. I be wanting to go back in the world, and I be wanting to like wring people necks. Like, yo, why are you talking to him like that? Why? Because he can't defend himself. He's weak. Because you can. Dude, say that to me. Do that to me, but you won't do it to me. You understand what I'm saying? That brother that put a gun to a woman's head is a coward, man. He don't love his people. He hates his people, man. The Bible, what the Bible? Give me that Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54, man. This is a curse, man. This is a punishment from the Lord, man, that we got to shake. We got to shake this. And how we shake this is from Leviticus to 17:19, sir. You know, I get this mixed up a little bit. 19:17. You can't hate your brother in thy heart, man. You got to deal with your woman according to knowledge, man. You can't be out here beating on your woman, putting a gun to your woman's head. That's how traumatizing that is, man. This happened to her over and over again, man. We have to break that cycle, man. In order to move forward, we have to break that cycle.
Right.
We can't just keep doing this to our own people, man.
Right.
Now, if you could, Officer Bach, can you read scripture?
This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Listen, the man that's very tender and delicate among you, his eyes should be evil toward his brother, man. Listen, being tender and delicate means having compassion, man. Listen, man, that man put a gun to that young man's head, man, and shot him. And he had no compassion, had nothing like that. Do it say anything about the wife?
Come.
Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Listen, man, you beating on your wife, man. You putting a gun to your wife's head, man. Like, this is a curse from the Lord, man. We have an evil eye towards one another, man. And we doing this stuff to ourselves, man. When the Bible tell you to love thy brother as thyself, man. That brother that had that gun to that sister head, man, had that gun to that brother head, man, do not love himself, man. He grew up with trauma, man. That might have happened to him, man. He probably seen his mother get beat, man. He probably seen violence in his family, man. We have to break that cycle, man. We got to break these curses, man. We got to come back to the I.S.U.P.K, man. We got to learn how to treat one another, man. Because we're never going to move forward if we can't treat each other accordingly to what the Bible say, man. Right. We got to treat each other with kindness, man. If you could, can you give me let all anger and malice and clamor? I need that scripture, man. Like, I'm going to show you how to shake these curses, man, when we deal with one another, man. You know, I'm bouncing around a little bit, you know, but I'm going to show you what you have to, one of the things you have to do in order to get rid of trauma and people that hurt you and all these things, man. And also too, no, I ain't gonna get that. Let me know you got it.
Got it. This is the book of Ephesians, the 4, verse 31.
Go ahead.
Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
Listen, man, everything that happened to you, man, you gotta let it go, man. You can't be mad at it. You can't be angry. You can't take it on someone else. You can't, do a thing, a horrible thing to somebody that did something to you. They never ever did nothing to you. You just doing it to them because somebody else did it to you. Can't do that, man. You gotta let all that go. You gotta stop being angry, man.
Right.
You gotta let the clamor go. You gotta let the evil speaking go. You gotta let all these things go, man. And you will be fine, man. You gotta become a new person, man. You cannot be doing the same things you was doing in the world, man. When you come into I.S.U.P.K, listen. That brother would have never did no such thing like that, man. Because he'd have been taught properly. He'd have been taught that is wrong. You can't put your hands on a woman, man. You can't. And a sister, you can't be high in the sins of a child violator. Or you can't do that, man. You got to speak up and let your brothers know that he is doing this horrible thing to me. Right. I need protection. I need help. Right. But she can't do that because she might get unalive because he put a gun to her head. This is why we need to come back to the Lord, man. Because when we rule this planet, that's not happening, man. Ever. Or you're going to get dealt with. That's not happening in our world when we rule. It's not happening, man. It's going to happen in this world because we are in a land that's ruled by our oppressors and we are under them, man. We're going to do the things that our oppressor did, man. He done this countless of times, man. If you could, can you go back to the video He did this countless of times. You know what I mean? Like, we cannot keep on doing what he does, man. He do this all the time. Like, it's documented that they do these type of things, man, and we get it from them, man. We got to shake that spirit of Esau off of us, because this is why we destroyed, man. We've been influenced by him for a long time, man. He'll tell you what the what's deemed good on TV, what's deemed good in music, what's deemed good on the shelves. We go to the supermarket. Like, he'll tell you, oh, this is good for you. This is good for you. Oh, watch this. This is great. Listen, majority of stuff that's on TV is not good. It's going to destroy the weak-minded. And majority of our people are weak-minded. You know, we're very visual, so we like to see things, and then we like to imitate them, especially children. They like to imitate them. But if you're not strong, like me, I could watch it and know that, okay, this oppressor is like, I'll be watching oppressor movies, like, these oppressors is crazy. They got a sick mind to think about something like this, but it's very entertaining. But for a weak person, they can't handle it. They get influenced by it. Case in point, this anime stuff. I don't like, some of these people be dressing. As a matter of fact, if I may, I forgot what it was. It was at the convention center on Saturday or Sunday, when I was at my slave, and they had this convention. I don't know what it was, but people were dressed up like some out of Harry Potter, where it looked like they was about to zack wands and dragons and stuff like that. They get influenced by this stuff. I literally just seen, what parade was I at? Oh, the Rocky Parade, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'm gonna touch on that too. The Rocky Parade. I was working, right? There was a brother in an Eagles costume, like a full out like an old bird. And I'm looking at him like, he gotta be kidding me, because he being influenced. You know, the brother in I.S.U.P.K ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We might watch the Eagles game. We might watch the Eagles and like the Eagles, but we're not gonna dress up like no Eagle. You see what I'm saying? This is when you know the oppressor got his mind, because he could go and be in the spirit of their culture. That's their culture. They're in the spirit of that. We go and watch football. Yeah, we might chant a little bit. Let's go. But we're not gonna go to a full extent and paint our face. We're not going to a full extent just like a bird. Another I work the Thanksgiving parade. You know, I be working events at my slave. I work all the events. These people dress like turkeys. Grown men dress like turkeys. Black men dress like turkeys. Black men dress like turkeys. That just shows you that they're being influenced by their oppressor. And it's destroying them. It's destroying them, man. They have the spirit of their father, which is the devil one. Now, if you could you keep playing that shit?
Older now, you know? I could do something. So I go talk to him. I'm like, yo, mom, like, you put his hands on you.
He said he got older. Now he could do something. So which means is this been going on for a long time. So now he got the strength and the courage to step up. He's like, listen, mom, this ain't right. Listen, mom, you need to stop doing it. You let him put your hands on you. Now I could do something. Now he's trying to stand up for his mother. Go ahead, keep playing.
He tried to get in the shower with your daughter. Like, what are you doing? She's like, nah, that ain't happen. So now we arguing like in the little hallway. We arguing. So now I'm trying to get her out. He come from behind me. He's like, yo. I turn around. He has the gun right in my, and he shoots. Bullet hit me right here. Came on my back. Like I said, I'm shot. She give him the key. She let him leave. He drives off. Feel me? Now I'm on the floor and my girl's trying to help me. She's like trying to pick me up, whatever. My mom comes and attacks my girl.
How's your
now? That's Christianity, man. That's the spirit of your father, the devil, man. You see how evil that was, man? That's an evil eye towards your own brother, towards your own sister, towards your wife, towards your kids. Keep going. You still got that scripture, Deuteronomy 28:54? Read one with the wife.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate his eye shall be evil toward his brother,
He put a gun to that brother's head and shot him.
and toward the wife of his bosom,
He beats his woman. Keep going.
and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Listen, he's going to prison. He's going to lead those children. Now read about one with the wife.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy.
55 or 56.
Yes, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 56. Okay. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness.
At a point in time, this woman was so delicate, so feminine that she wouldn't even walk on the ground. Listen, I'll give a piggyback ride. You know, this is how delicate she was. She can't even walk on the ground. That's how soft she was. Keep going.
And tenderness.
And tender. Oh wee, man. I love me a tender woman. Listen, I need me tender women. I want all my women to be tender. I don't like that hard masculine stuff. It's like you're sleeping with a man. It's like who want to come to a house with a masculine woman? It's like you're sleeping with a man. You want a woman to be soft. Like she just like, it's like, damn, I can't even, like you can even be little manhandle a little bit because she's so soft and delicate. You know how you want to be aggressive to your women a little bit? Like they like that stuff too. Women like a little aggressiveness, like with a man. But it's like, man, I gotta treat you, I gotta handle you with care. You know how sometimes you got a box and it's like fragile, delicate, handle with care. I want to be like that with my women, man. I want to make sure that she's handled with care. But keep going.
Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
Listen, her eyes shall be evil to her husband, to her bosom. You understand what I'm saying? It could go the same. The roles can switch. A woman can violate her husband, verbally abuse her husband, like a lot of women do. Listen, a lot of women are verbally abuse their husbands. A lot of our sisters call the cops on on their husband and try to get them locked up. Actually, to try to get them unalived. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
And toward her son.
To our what?
And toward her son.
Listen, she put out a hit on her son for a life insurance policy. She has an evil eye towards her son. And man, this is not by design. This is why this is proof that we are the children of that book, man.
Right.
Because his own mother had an evil eye towards him.
Right.
To get him unalive for $100,000, man. $100,000 ain't no money, if I may. It's not any type of money. If I may, when I was in the world, I do a little bit of music, little something, right? I'm trash. I can't rap. It's lucky. But so on a serious note, I said when one of my songs, I said, I never seen 100 G's all at once, but in my lifetime, I made 100 stacks. Like I seen already $100,000 before. I believe that all Blacks, Hispanics spent over $100,000 in it. I'm 33, so I'm pretty sure. And I work. I make some good money at my job plus overtime, so I make pretty good money. I've probably seen that already. I believe a lot of Black folks seen over at least 100,000. We spend not much money we spend on alcohol, on drugs, on designer clothes. We've seen $100,000 before. We spent over that. Our single household. So for you to have an evil eye towards your son over for $100,000, but then you got to pay for the funeral. But say she would have executed that, and it actually happened. She got to spend money now. It's not even $100,000 now. It's a little under that. That stuff gonna go in a month. Okay. Now, if I could, my uncle, he had an accident at his job. They gave him over $110,000. You know, he had a scar on his face, like he was a sanitation worker. So he was handling some glass, and the glass, I guess, like got to his face and it shattered. He still got this big scar on his face, and he wound up suing the city and actually winning. That money gone, and he's in prison. Yeah, he's in prison. That money is gone. And the woman. I'm gonna tell her, and this is an evil eye. This is still an evil eye because I like to bring, because like I want to make this stuff relatable so we can understand. He's in prison because he unalived someone, a woman. Listen, the woman tried to stab him. It's bad. It's bad. I'm not even gonna speak on it, but it's bad. However, he had a wife. He spent all his money on his wife. Took on vacations. Listen, decked out the crib. They got the high-tech cameras. Crib is decked out for her to go sleep with his cousin. He got locked up. Listen, this is why we're the people of this book, man. This stuff is real. We go through this every day. Just for him to find out that I never liked that Slocky. When I was in the world, I never liked that man anyway. The brother that slept with my aunt-in-law. I was always something about him. I'm like, who is him? I don't know who he is. He's never been around, and I don't know who he is. Like, I'm not even about to be like, oh, you my cousin. I don't know you. Like, I'm in the streets right now. I'm looking at him like, who are you? Like, something about you I don't like. And I found out he was sneaking around with my aunt-in-law. Now he's in the house that my uncle paid for, and she got him locked up because he trespassed. He got emotional. He got angry. He got mad because he found out that his woman is having sex with his own cousin. And she don't even dig it. That's an evil eye towards her own husband. She slept and did a vile, disgusting thing to her husband. He went downhill after that. To the point that he's like, when he got locked up before. After that, before he lost all his money and all that, he got locked up. He came home to do that 2-3 years. Then he went downhill. Now he on drugs. He on perks. Now he getting high and drunk. He went downhill. I seen the decline of my uncle. Like, my uncle he had a good job. Then he went down because of an evil woman. You understand what I'm saying? And it's sad that we got to go through this, man. I just prayed and hoped and wished my uncle and his woman came in the I.S.U.P.K. came in the I.S.U.P.K. because that would have never happened. Maybe that would have never happened. But this is the things that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians go through every day, man. This is in our families, man. And I'm really open to talk about this because it has to be said. Because a lot of people think we just be making up stuff. Anybody can verify and understand what I'm saying right now. Like, you can talk to anybody in my family, they'll tell you I'm telling the truth. Like, and it has to be said because to get you to understand what I'm saying. That woman did that to her own son. She's supposed to be teaching him when the man is not around. The Bible say, listen to the what does it say? Listen to the tongue, the Torah. I'm saying it wrong. Listen to the Torah of your mother. Listen to the law of your mother. Can you get that real quick? This is what this sister is supposed to be doing. Man, I'm gonna find it. I think I know it. I'm paraphrasing. I know it's there. It is? Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, don't forsake the law of your mother.
Kind of my kind. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs.
This is what this sister is supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
Chapter 1, verse 8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
So what does this mean? It's telling them as the son not to forsake the law of the mother, right? So which means is she's, in effect, give me teachers of good things.
Come.
So I can make this understandable. Because this is what a righteous sister, not because you could listen to your mother, she tell you to do something wicked. Listen to the law of your mother. Listen to what your mother needs you to do. If a mother is a real mother, she would lead you in the right way. You understand? She would teach you the law, statute, commandments. You understand what I'm saying? When the man is not around. She can't come in the temple and the church to teach, but she can show her son Deuteronomy 7:6. You understand what I'm saying? To separate, you gotta be holy. You can't do that, son. You can't smoke weed, son.
Right.
You can't do this, son.
Right.
Your father is not going to be happy.
Right.
You can't do that. I'm gonna tell your father. Go ahead.
This book of Titus, 2 and verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holy.
This is what that sister's supposed to be doing. She's supposed to be in behavior when it comes to holiness, which means that she's supposed to be keeping these commandments, man. She's supposed to be sober-minded. Keep going.
Not false accusers.
Can't be false accusers, running your mouth, gossiping, telling lies on people. Go ahead.
Not giving too much wine.
Listen, not giving too much wine, man. Don't be a drunkard. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Teachers of good things.
You got to be a teacher of good things, man. This is what I say when I say you don't forsake the Torah of your mom or the law of your mother, is when she's telling you the right things. She's supposed to be telling her son the right things. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, give me Proverbs chapter 31, verse 1. We're going to start at the top, man. This is what a real mother's supposed to be doing versus what she's doing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm teaching the sisters, you can't be having an evil eye towards your son. This is what you're supposed to be doing for your sons, man. Not bringing them down, emasculating them because you hate his father, trying to get them set up for some insurance money. I'm surprised I even seen this. I'm scrolling down. I'm like, this really happened? And I believe the brother not gonna lie on his own mother. Like listen, today, Blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians been raised by their mothers, and they're very protective of their mothers. That, you know what I mean? Like, to the point, like, you be looking at like, damn, is that her man? Like, these mothers today is like, it seems like the man, the son is the man in the house versus the other man. But, that's what it seems like. But in this case, it's not like that. Now, if you could, can you read that scripture?
No. Also, Tom chapter 86.
Okay, cool. What's what?
This is the book of Proverbs, 31 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
The words of King Lemuel,
Mm-hmm.
the prophecy that his mother taught him.
That the prophecy that his mother taught him. This is when Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, sisters and mothers need to be teaching their son versus the opposite what we just seen. This is what they need to be doing. This is the law is what the mother's supposed to be teaching her son. Go ahead.
What, my son, and what, the son of my womb, and what, the son of my thigh.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Give not thy strength unto woman.
This is what you're supposed to be teaching your son. Not giving your strength to a woman, man. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Nor the ways to that which destroyeth king.
Nor the ways of which that will destroy a king. Which means is you don't supposed to be teaching your son or doing vile things just to unalive your son.
Right.
Like, you're trying to unalive your own son and your daughter. Well, having a man violate your daughter. You're supposed to be teaching your son not to give strength to a wicked woman. That's what you're supposed to be teaching your son. You're teaching your son it's okay for a man to hit a woman. That's what you're teaching your son. But he know that wasn't right. You teach your son it's okay for you to overlook your sister getting violated, man. That's what you teach your son. When you're supposed to be teaching your son the good things. Not give your strength to a woman. Not to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Not to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Right.
Not to do none of these things, man. You're supposed to be teaching your son that. You understand what I'm saying? Versus you teaching your son, You know, it's okay. Like, cause like we see things. This is like you got to be careful what you do in front of your children, because because a lot of children in our neighborhoods are not that strong to especially when you do it at a young age, they're not that strong to overcome these things. Some are going to overcome them. That brother seen that was wrong, and he overcame that. But some people get consumed in that, and they become that. He didn't become that because he knew it was wrong. Some people don't have it in them to do that. Majority of us don't. However, he did. You understand what I'm saying? And he stood up. Now, guess what? He had to get shot to protect his own mother. That man need to get commended, man. I mean, that's one of us, man. We're gonna speak up for the abused. We're gonna speak up for the people who violate children. We're gonna speak against that. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna tell a woman, an evil woman that got an evil eye towards her son, to teach him good things, to teach him to deal with his wife according to knowledge, to separate, and not do these violent, disgusting things, man. Listen, unaliving is wrong. Stealing is wrong.
Right.
You know, don't talk. Be nice to your brother.
Right.
Don't disrespect your brother. Don't disrespect your sister. That's what a mother should be doing, man. Right. And should be putting him in his father's life, man. Always bigging up his father, telling him how great his father is, man. Right. That's what a woman of high value or stature is supposed to be doing. Not doing what this sister did, man, but this is all because of Christianity. This is all because of Islam. This is all because of this wicked nation that we live in, man, that this stuff goes on. And we have to come back to the Most High God. And you're not going to be out here, you know, doing these things any much longer, because when Christ comes back, this is going to get all worked out. It's going to get worked out. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? I.S.U.P.K is here until Christ comes back to wake our people up. And we're going to tell y'all the ugly truth. We're not going to tell y'all what y'all need or what y'all want to hear. We're going to tell y'all what y'all need to hear, because we're not pastors. We're not Christians. We're not your Muslim imam. We're not Buddhists. We don't read you tarot cards. We're not Miss Chloe over here. We are priests and prophets of the Lord, and we're going to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that they are true biblical Israelite that the Bible speaks of, to separate from this place, to love thy brother as thyself. You should not hate your brother in thy heart. You should not have an evil eye towards your brother. You should not have an evil eye towards your sister. You should not have an evil eye towards your husband or your wife or your sons and your daughters. That's what we're going to teach you, man. And if you want to learn the correct way of the Bible and how to prosper and be set on high in the in this world, you got to come inside the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. If not, you're going to continue to perish. Now, we're going to get this last scripture real quick, one more time. We need Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This last scripture we're going to break out, then we're going to cut the class.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 1.
Go ahead.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the book of the commandments of God. These two books is the commandments of God. The Holy Bible and the Apocrypha. You understand? If you get the 1611, the Apocrypha is in it. Go ahead.
And the law that endureth forever.
The law that endureth forever, man. This law is going to endure forever until when I die, it's still going to be here. When Officer Bob perish, it's still going to be here. This law is going to endure forever. My son's sons, and his son's son is going to keep this law to the day that they die. It's going to be here until it's never ending. Keep going.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
Listen, you want to come to life, man, you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And you ain't going to be able to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments if you're not up in here. Being out there, you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments because you're being taught wrong. You can't be an individual like, you can't be lukewarm, you can't be in the middle. You have to be with the I.S.U.P.K, man. We have the truth. Keep going.
but such as leave it shall die.
Listen, we left the law a long time ago. Now we're trying to bring it back and teach our people that you got to keep it so you can come alive. You know what I mean? Now, if you don't keep it, you're gonna die. You understand what I'm saying? You got to come to I.S.U.P.K to keep these laws, man. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're dying out here. As you see, I just showed you a video of a woman about to unalive her own son, man. So we have to come back to this book, man. We had to come back to these laws that prevents us to do things like this, man.
Right.
And goddamn the Christian church, man. Goddamn Islam, man.
Right.
Woe unto these pastors, man, that scatter our people, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, you got to come inside these doors under Commander and GEN.YAHANNA to learn the proper way of the Bible, man. And with that, my name is TITHES with I.S.U.P.K. Officer 50, start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. And I'm going to keep saying this, get it programmed in your head, that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And the man that calls him a Jew is not a Jew. You know, the Jewish man I'm speaking of. And you got to come to class, man, if you really want to learn the ways of the Lord, man. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to Officer Abahaya, Officer 50.
Brotherhood Community class. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcement. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge, start at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Move for new brother and sister. When new brother or sister comes to the school, they're all for 6 months. They will be saluted only. They're here to ship to the world. They need your petition to arrange it. After 6 months, when a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must be permission to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will be permission to head back. TITHES, which is a commandment, found in the book of Numbers, 18 verse 21, the book of Malachi, 3 verse 8 to 10. But I.S.U.P. means 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, gives the teacher priest fund. We will offering for priests not made, so whatsoever among your life, upcoming holy convocations is the feast of the dedication of Hanukkah, found on the 25th day of the 9th month, by a space of 8 days. This year will be Thursday, so December 7th, 2023, for 8 days. Found in the book of First Back, which is 4 verse 52, 61. My Akim and Aquafits try to go to school in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper, the school start wearing all black, boot, shirt, headband, scarf, that, Baja, brothers, stand. Israel will go first. Look, Israel, Baja, Barak,
Yahweh Shimmy Shah Barakadam.
there's the top, you say down, sorry. Shirt, sisters. This is Amash, you Amash, the head, bow, cover, the head. Feet connected at a 45 degree angle, your right hand clasped over the left. And when you will smite, what's that right? You smite the right side of your chest with your left hand. Okay. And then Israel, with that, Imagine Barak, Yahweh
Shemar, Bashim Yahweh.
And what we said was, Yahweh, I show you in the name of Christ, and stop, and that.
Pay your tithes, man.